I am a student of life. I like, at least I try to tell myself that. Most people think that I can be very one-sided in certain beliefs, which is okay. I don't think we should change everything, but I think we should be willing to listen. And the thing with me is like I'm someone that I consider myself fairly um open-minded, but yet not easily persuaded. So with my social beliefs, and granted, right, I'm not from the United States and I live in the United States. So culture is huge, and culture is part of your social cultural beliefs. They're intertwined, right? So in terms of my social belief, it could be looked at in so many ways, Patricia. And the way I look at it is, if I am from an environment that I wasn't born in, if I'm in a society that have a history like every other society does, I try to ensure that I am educated, right? That I'm informed. And we all carry our biases into an environment, into a new environment. I'm from Africa, I'm from Cameroon, I'm from Limbe, the Southwest region. I live back close to the Atlantic Ocean. It's so different from Chicago. We have a fake lake here. And to me and to the people of Chicago, that is their own natural beauty. And I appreciate that, right? So it's all about going into an environment, understanding what the norms are, and figuring out ways that they align. And when I face things that I'm not really knowledgeable about, I try to listen. And sometimes it's hard to change your beliefs because there are things that you grew up with. An example is going to be the perception about an African American in Africa. So me as a black man in Africa, what do I think of an African American in America? Regardless of the fact that our skin color are the same, that doesn't mean that we have the same cultural ties. Even if underlying everything, we are one, but we grew up in two different environments. So when I get to America, my perspective about socially about who an African American is or what a Caucasian woman or man is just based on where I grew up. So in order for me to understand the environment and the people that I'm going to network with, I'm going to meet, that I'm going to be friends with, I need to listen. And more often than not, it's going to be different. But I always try to make sure that I am not blinded by what others are telling me. You know, there is this guy, Jordan Peterson, he always says this: if you go into a conversation and willing to listen, then there'll be an off chance that someone is going to tell you something that you don't know. But you're only going to get that if you are listening and you are open to change, or open at least to a new perspective. So that's how I carry myself into the world, you know, with all the movement going on, especially with the death of George Floyd. I can imagine what the racial disparities that African Americans have been facing in America for the past couple of 100 years. I cannot be in that position. I can try, but I didn't grow up in those communities. I didn't grow up in the south of Chicago, right? I didn't grow up in the west. I live in the west side of Chicago, but I didn't grow up here. I can try to listen, but the only way I'm going to be able to understand and appreciate that difference is to be willing to listen to those people and understand them and hopefully see why. So that's how I approach social cultural differences.